Since 2005, Joe Wynn has been operating the Walkin in My Shoes Foundation, a local organization that has been helping our community. In the past 16 years, Walkin in My Shoes has helped over 5,000 individuals, specifically to decrease the homeless population and help individuals and families regain their dignity, hope, and rightful stance in society. How did Joe get started with Walkin in My Shoes, and what inspired her to reach out to the community? Today on Ktown Connects, we talk with Joe Wynn. Hey, Donnie, cue that music.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Ktown Connects podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Donnie, and I am here with...
Hi, I'm Jason.
Hey, Jason, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, we're a little out of our element, but...
Well, we're recording on a Sunday, which is weird. Usually we do Monday nights, so we're here on a Sunday morning. And we're also in a different location. We're recording at Faded Barbershop for Men, located in Uptown Kenosha at 2227 63rd Street. You can book your next haircut by contacting Boda or Tricia through Faded Barbershop for Men Facebook page or texting 262-612-9354.
I just got my haircut from Boda last week.
It looks amazing.
Thank you. And don't forget, follow the Ktown Connects podcast on all the social media outlets, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Drop us a review on Facebook or on your favorite podcast provider and help us spread the word about the hottest podcast in town, and that is the
Ktown Connects podcast.
That's the truth.
Also look for us on Spectrum Channel 14 and the Kenosha Community Media streaming channel on your Roku. They're the Ktown Connect show every Wednesday at 11 a.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m.
Hey, Mom, look at me. I'm on TV.
Yay.
And special thanks to Droppin' Daisies for that killer theme song.
That's right. Number one in our hearts.
And number one on the charts.
Don't forget, you can show your support for Ktown Connects by getting your very own merchandise, courtesy of the Lottery Machine. They got t-shirts, sweatshirts, beanies, koozies, and more. You can find that quick link at ktownconnects.com.
Would also love to give a shout out to our Patreon supporter of the week. And who is that?
That's my mommy, Kathy Bassinger.
Well, thank you, Kathy, for joining the after party at patreon.com/KtownConnects. Kathy and all of our Patreon supporters get early access to each episode, bonus material, and the critically acclaimed bonus show. It is what it is. Plus, so much more. And get this, subscriptions start as low as $2 a month. That's it. $2 a month, as low as $2.
Wow.
You can always give more if you like. Find the quick link at ktownconnects.com. All right, well, we're here with Joe Wynn of Walkin in My Shoes.
Hi, Joe. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Jason. Hi, Donnie.
Hi, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure for me to even be invited on your show.
Well, you do great things for the community, and we're about the community. So people do great things. We want to support them any way we can.
Thank you.
So you're kind of new in Kenosha. You grew up nearby in Chicago.
I did, yes.
How was that?
Well, I grew up in an era the south side of Chicago. Then we moved to the west side, where my parents wanted us to go to better schools. Mm-hmm. They both were working. And at that time, we lived in an all African-American community.
Okay.
And that's when the change of time, when we were evolving to start integrating with different cultures and neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And I saw that things were not quite what I wanted, so I ended up leaving Chicago after my mom passed away. Okay. And I moved to Arizona.
Arizona? What made you go to Arizona?
I love Arizona.
You like that hot heat?
Well, it wasn't as hot as people think it is. It's dry heat. Mm-hmm. It could be 115, but it's comfortable. Okay. Well, here, 115 is exhausting.
Yeah. So when you were a young woman, were you involved in any other kind of community?
I was, believe it or not, when I worked in Chicago, I had wonderful jobs. Companies were not requiring you to have a college degree. Mm-hmm. So I was hired to reconstruct customer service departments. I worked 15 years at the College of American Pathologists.
Wow.
I set up the accreditations for the hospitals. It's really going on right now.
Okay.
And so these were rewarding jobs.
Yeah.
Just for doing a good job.
Yeah.
And I was promoted quite often, by the way, and I traveled with my work. And so I found that I had some really good, valuable skills that the private sector wanted.
Okay.
And as I grew up in Chicago, you know, we go through our little baby stages of getting in trouble, coming back to where you should be.
Ooh, speaking of trouble,
yes.
what kind of trouble did you get in?
Well, I started hanging out with a bunch of terrible kids. Got me in a lot of trouble. That's what I mean about getting in trouble.
Yeah, everybody
Donny,
gets in trouble, you know how it goes.
Yeah, but this kind of trouble was not good because I was raised in a very strict Baptist family where if we wanted some air, we had to open the window. And our parents, they secluded us from a lot of life reality.
Okay.
And because of it, when I started going out, I found myself getting in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Sometimes families will shield you a little too much. Maybe you need a little bit of experience, maybe. Yeah.
I think so too, Jason.
They try their best, but
was super strict. I think they were trying to protect us because my mom had 7 girls.
Oh.
Wow.
And she named us all after famous actress.
Oh.
And that's how I ended up with the name Joanna Woodwards.
Oh.
And it was, my mom had a different kind of, I guess she just treated us a certain way that society didn't treat us so well because of our upbringing.
Yeah.
And to this day, sometimes people seem to misunderstand the kind of person that I am, but it was the way I was raised. Stay to myself, stay out of trouble.
What's a misconception that someone might have about you?
Well, I've been called terrible names like stuck up, aloof.
Who would dare say that about you?
Well, you'd be surprised when you are trying to do good things, people will attack you for that reason. And that's what I learned growing up early on, too, is we have to learn to grow a thick skin and just keep on doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what I wear it on my sleeve every day.
Well, you have to live with yourself. And if you're happy with living with yourself, then that's the key. And you know you're doing the right thing.
I am so happy with myself. I am the best me ever.
Awesome.
And I thank God for that because having that strict Baptist background, it has paid off for me because, you know, you grow up and then we go into different careers and that. But I felt like my calling was always to come back to get back.
I like that.
And that's what I did when I was growing up. We used to go and help people that now they have shelters. We used to feed people right on the street. And leave church and then go and take care of the underserved. And because of that, I felt like that was a really good example of what your kids should appreciate what they have.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. So then you're out in Arizona. You moved out there. How old were you then when you moved there?
I was 50.
Oh, when you moved out there. Okay.
Well, actually, no, I take that back. When I moved to Arizona, I was in my 40s. I take that back. I ended up living in Arizona following a friend of mine. She called me from a long distance number. And I said, what are you doing in Arizona? She said, I actually live here. Her husband, her family moved there. And I said, and you know what? My mom had passed away. I told her, I'm going to pack my bags and I'm going to head that way.
I like that.
Well, my spirit is spontaneous.
Wow.
So you'd be surprised where you'll find me. And I did. I came back after 20 years of service with the American pathologists. I decided this was a good move for me. Okay. It gave me some spiritual healing after I did that. And that's how I ended up with my little toy Maltese, Isaiah. Isaiah is really the inspiration for me starting this street outreach program.
Okay.
Because I used to carry him around in a backpack. And then when I put Walkin and my shoes together, he would go with me.
Yeah.
And I said, what better way to start a program is because of your dog. And yeah, I miss him, but in a way I thank him too for being able to put a bag of dignity together for people living on the street.
Well, dogs can be so comforting too for anybody.
Yeah, because I did buy him when my mom passed away. It was a lot of things that I just needed to have some support, emotional support. And my lap dog actually did that for me.
Oh.
So then you're out in Arizona. What made you look at coming to Kenosha, of all places? What did you know about Kenosha before you moved here?
I didn't know a thing about Kenosha.
I'm going to Kenosha.
You would not believe some of the things I thought about Kenosha, country farmland. I knew about the cheese. That I did know about.
The cheese and the beer, right?
Well, not so much the beer, but yes, the cheese, because you could go into, local grocery stores and you see cheese made by Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So yes, I moved to Arizona feeling like life was really, really good for me. And the haters came back.
Oh.
The job that I had, it was really bad. It was people sabotaging my work.
Oh.
And a lot of jealousy, and people can do bad things to other. But I was working for the president of the company, referring swimming pool to some high-name people there. And others didn't like it because they're like, how are you going to take an outsider in and promote her within? But I was actually just really good at what I...
Yeah, you're good at your job.
Just good at my job.
Huh.
And my boss was supportive 100%, but the other staff around me wasn't.
Okay.
And it had became too much for me mentally.
Yeah.
And I started sinking down in a deep depression. And from that, I couldn't even get up one day to go to work. And after that, I lost my job because I just didn't want to go in. I just didn't want to work ever with people that was not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the negative people can bring you down.
Especially when you're going through something, when you're already kicking yourself and then other people just pounce on it, it becomes, you internalize it all. And you could say something to me and I would just flip out within. But now you could say something that just, my sister always say it rubs off on the water's duck's back. Yes. But that was, I think, because I had lost, my son was killed in a car accident.
Oh.
My brother OD'd on drugs, heroin. My father died of alcohol.
Wow.
And then with my mother dying, they were all so young. And after trying to deal with one death, here came another. But when I lost my son, it was just very devastating.
Yeah.
Because he was 15 years old. And
oh, my God.
And it was just very hard. He was killed in a car accident.
Wow.
Been through a lot.
Yes. And that's why I could never find that outlet of peace. And with all this working and, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to sustain our own way of living. But it became unbearable. And I decided that I didn't want to stay in Arizona anymore because I could just come back to the Midwest for that kind of treatment. But as a result of that, I lost my house. I just lost everything, really. And I ended up, another friend was in Kenosha.
Okay.
And she said, why don't you come here? And I'm like, no, I might as well go back to Chicago. But I packed my truck up and I did. I came to Kenosha.
Okay.
But when I came here, I ended up being homeless because the apartment that I was living in at the time, they didn't want animals.
Oh.
And my dog would bark because of separation and anxiety.
Oh, when you were gone, yeah.
Yeah, and I was already living with a friend. And what happened is they told my friend I could stay, but my dog had to go.
Oh.
So we ended up both leaving.
Oh.
And it's just to this day, I thank God for my life challenges because it has really made me a stronger woman and a more loving person because I have love for all and hate for none. In spite of how the world treat you, you still have to be yourself at the end of the day.
Still have to give the love away.
Yeah.
Yes. But every door I knocked on, they couldn't help me. I was 51 years old with this little tiny Maltese, and the doors were closed. They said, I'm sorry, we don't have programs set up for, women your age. And it just became so overwhelming that I started knocking on the doors of our politicians. And I was like, you got to help me because I can't stay out here.
Yeah.
And one of those was Mayor John Antranium, correct?
Yeah, he was so, he's changed over the years, I think. But at the time, he was so loving and compassionate. He told me that he would take my dog home with him, but he said he would have to explain me coming there to his wife and his other dog. And I was like, no, I want to stay with my dog because he was my emotional support.
For sure.
But he was wonderful to even offer that. He invited me into his office. We sat down and he made some phone calls on my behalf. And that's when it was just like the light bulb went off, that he found that there were services out here that's just not available for single adults.
Yeah. Huh.
Then I started knocking on Paul Ryan's door. And Paul Ryan was actually so inspirational in getting, I had applied for my disability. He was able to get my disability release, and I actually went out and I got an apartment.
Okay.
And, so that's been a big help for me. Now I live on my straight Social Security. So.
Yeah. All right, I guess it's time we'll take our first break, and we'll be right back with more with Jo and how she got started with Walking in My Shoes.
Can't wait.
Right after this.
Thank you.
All right, and we're back from that break.
And what a break that was, huh, Jason?
Yeah, and we're back with more with Jo Wynn. She is the founder and do you have a CEO? Do you have a title? I'm not sure your title there.
CEO and founder?
Yes.
Walking in My Shoes.
I'll take that.
All right. And Walking in My Shoes is a 501c3 nonprofit, and your office is located at 2211 50th Street, open by appointment only, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can also check out the website at walkinginmyshoes.org, and you're also on Facebook.
Yes.
So people can learn more that way. But we're going to dig a little deep here about walking in my shoes.
So, Jo, when we last left, you were here in Kenosha. You were struggling, getting your feet kind of settled in finally. You're knocking on politicians' doors.
I was actually getting what I did 20 years prior to that, which was getting help.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't going to stay in that circumstance. I said, no, if I'm going to do this, I have to help myself. Because every door I knocked on, they said they couldn't help me. So I said, okay, well, you have all these nonprofits out here. You have these state programs. But for someone like me, you can't help me. So that's when I developed, because I don't forget, I told you I was developing customer service departments and creating things for the private sector. I put the backpack program together from there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're one of the first establishments to do that, correct?
Yes, I sure did.
Can you tell us about the backpack program?
I should have brought one of the backpacks because then you could actually see what all goes in there. Besides the duffel bags are pre-ordered from Sherry Custom Tees.
Okay.
Because with a sleeping bag, I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and they showed me how to put sleeping bag inside the bag. Once you open it, you just stuff it right in there. And I put resources just for homeless people. Food. As soon as we come in contact with them, we give them something to eat. We give them water. I sit there and I give them a listening ear of compassion to understand how I can help them. Because each person's circumstances are different. And as a result, that's why we've been so successful helping people. Because a lot of people I know don't want to stay out there. They just, like me, where do you go and how do you get back on your feet?
Yeah, yeah. How do you distribute these backpacks?
We go out into the community looking for the homeless.
Oh, okay, wow.
And yes, we, the ones who decide they want to stay on and live on the street.
Because some people might be too proud to, they don't.
I've had some people that was proud, like our veterans, but I can break them. Yeah, I sometimes.
Once you bring them, hey, this is warm, put this on.
People are proud because we are.
Yeah.
You, yourself, Donnie, we're all proud. We have that sense of pride, and especially coming from the generation I came from. You know, we were raised to never take anything that didn't belong to us. And so I had to use a different approach to going out there feeling like I could be an encourager and not tell them what I think they should have, is to tell me what they want to have. And because of that, I was able to get teenagers off the street and into these classrooms, getting their college degree.
Oh, awesome.
I do outreach even at the high schools. I have an open invitation to go to the high schools now. So we've evolved at a point where I just started off with a backpack, but we're doing so much more now.
This big nonprofit. So how did you come up with the name Walkin' in My Shoes?
My dog Isaiah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my dog Isaiah. When I was out there, actually living out there downtown, as a matter of fact, it was downtown when Walgreens was still in existence. There was a building right across from it with like a little heating grate, and I just cried to the heavens, and I said, I don't understand this at all. And I had my notebook and a pen, and the Lord was just speaking to me, and I just started writing, and that's where Walking in My Shoes came. And then how would I put this together? And I just kept writing, and before I know it, I had a house, and it was a rental house, but I was able to rent a house that my dog was accepted.
Yeah.
And for 2 years I was doing this program right out of my house.
Oh, great.
So you actually started this in your mind before you were still homeless?
Yes.
Wow.
While I was on the street, up against the wall, crying and being a big baby about it.
I'm going to help other people.
But I didn't think about helping other people. At the time, I was just thinking about helping me. And I said, what can I do to help other people after my visit with Paul Ryan's office downtown?
So then do you have volunteers that help you out as well?
We operate by volunteer. We're all volunteer program, and we welcome volunteers. We have an independent volunteer program, and people can go to our website, download the application, and tell us what can you come in and help us with.
Oh, that's very nice. And that's walkinginmyshoes.org. You can go to that site.
Do you have any other partners or team members in this that really help you out that you'd like to mention?
Well, it's the community.
Yeah, okay.
Our partners of community. I did just get a brand new partnership with Victoria's Catering.
Oh.
Starting tomorrow, Monday, she is going to be making homemade soup for the homeless.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
So what areas do you serve? Just the Kenosha area, or do you reach out to Racine, or?
Donnie, that is a really good question.
Only the best on the Ktown Connect podcast.
I've actually helped someone from Washington, D.C.
Wow.
California.
Oh.
Oregon, just Chicago, Milwaukee, Green Bay. We help anybody that contact me. We help them. It doesn't matter where they are. And the most successful part of this program, I think, that I found is that they could stay right where they are.
Yeah.
And I can Google the resources and connect them with the agencies. In Chicago, all you have to do is have someone go downtown. They'll find a place for them immediately.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
But see, people want to come here just to go back to Chicago. And I was like, no. You stay where you are.
Yeah. We'll find the resources there.
Right.
The resources are all pretty much online now.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go searching like I did. I searched and knocked on every door, and it wasn't effective for me.
And now you have that out there for everybody, easy access for people and all that. So the Kenosha Human Development Center, they have an outreach program and homeless programs as well. Do you work with that agency at all?
I do.
Oh, wonderful.
I've come across paths with Lewis's, I believe, their outreach. So. In the beginning, we started the outreach. And then Kenosha Human Development, Lewis has been doing this for maybe, the last 5 years or so?
I believe so.
And the problem with the programs here is I'm not, but a lot of programs here are duplicating what each other is doing. And that, to me, that's not effective.
Yeah.
We should be working more together.
If we work more together, I think we could stop a lot of people taking advantage of the very services we're trying to raise funding to be able to give them.
It's always better to work together than...
Yeah, I
agree. It is. And I work with them all. I work with all the agencies here in town, Milwaukee. We have over 100 partners throughout Wisconsin, Chicago. We're registered with Alliance to End Homelessness, the Missing and Exploited Children. We've been with them for the last 10 years. So I look for partnership where people don't want to stay in Kenosha. They just want to go back home.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we have to develop that relationship. And that's why I advocate for people to speak on their behalf.
Also, here's another question for you. Have you seen an increase of needy of homeless people since COVID and all that? Has there been just an uptick?
I haven't, because one, it's hard to find them. The people are scattered. They're living under trees. They're just it's now that COVID has hit, you won't find them out on the street like you used to.
There's been a lot of evictions because of it and all that.
Oh, well, the eviction was prior to COVID, I believe, but because there were programs that were helping people even with eviction.
Yeah.
But if you're an individual that decide you just don't want to pay your rent, what do you think is going to happen?
Right.
So Walkin' My Shoes has been going strong for 16 years now. You've helped out many people.
Mm-hmm.
What are your plans for the future? What are some of your goals you might have?
Well, did I mention that I go into the Kenosha County Detention Center?
You did not.
Our organization partnered with the Kenosha County Sheriff's Department 6 years ago. And I go in there to help them with their discharge plan, to help them come out and get
settled in kind of thing? Yeah.
Well, was settled in with the programs out here to help them. But that was another component that was added to our outreach approach.
Because a lot of the police they'll let you out if you've been serving time, let you out, and okay, you're on your own. Good luck.
Yeah, they let you out sometime without a coat. But now I hear that they are providing warm winter coats for them.
Good.
But people would get out and go right back to being homeless.
They don't know what to do, yeah.
It's like, no, you were homeless prior to you going in there.
Yeah.
We need to find some places for you to go so you won't be homeless.
And this will help you get your foot up and get you standing, I guess,
My approach is you either want it or you don't. Mm-hmm. And I can't give someone more than they want for themselves. I try, but I'm just not going to enable them to not do for themselves.
Yeah. Okay. And also, we're taking a little different step with us. You're working with us with Walkin' in My Shoes for our upcoming fundraiser.
Yes, our Kenosha Christmas Carol.
Which is airing this Saturday, December 11th on Facebook. And we are generating funds to help Walkin' in My Shoes. And we're also doing a toy drive that we're going to help get out to local kids. And you are helping us out with that.
Thank you so much for helping us out.
Well, thank you, Donny and Jason. I've been texting you on Facebook.
Yeah, we're going back and forth. Good to finally meet you.
It's going to be a great event.
I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
This event that you're putting on for the local families here.
Bring a smile to some less fortunate children this year. I think it's going to be fantastic.
So then the following week, we're going to find a way to distribute those, and you're going to help us distribute these toys to these kids, and we're looking forward to that.
And you get to meet some of them too.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Oh, good. So well, Joe, that was fun. That's Joe Wynn from Walkin' in My Shoes. Mm-hmm. You can check out the website walkininmyshoes.org, or you can pop by the office. Actually, you can't. It's appointment only. Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Give them a call at 262-577-5218, and that's Walkin' in My Shoes, the 501c3 nonprofit.
All right, and we'll be right back with more with Joe Wynn. All right, and we're back from that break.
And what a break that was, huh, Jason?
It was a great break. And we're here with Joe from Walkin' in My Shoes. Now, something we didn't touch on is something you're working with now is the veterans.
Oh, yes.
What are you doing with that? What's going on?
When I come in contact with homeless veterans, we've been helping them from day one. It's one of the veterans that I came in contact with, Mr. Tom. He served in Vietnam, and he came home not quite how he left. Mm-hmm. And so Tom, he was living in his truck. And we had every year we have a memorial service to memorialize the homeless who died in our community without a home. And Mr. Tom had came up to me during our luncheon, and he asked me, would I help him start a program for veterans? And I said, absolutely. And I asked him, what did he want? He had always thought about a coffee house for veterans.
I love that idea.
Where veterans help veterans. And that's what we're underway with that project right now.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
That's fantastic. I love it.
I love it too, because we were not utilizing our office as much because we're always out in the community. And one Sunday I woke up and I said, well, what about our office? It's not being used. Oh. And I called Mr. Tom and I said, let's start this at our location.
Oh, okay.
And he was just crying. He was overwhelmed in tears because this is something that helping veterans sounds like an absolutely amazing program to help each other and understand each other.
Yeah.
And so that's underway right now. We're doing removing the flooring. We're painting the walls, and the doors are going to be open 6 days a week to veterans and their families.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Well, that's great. So they can come by and, have some coffee and relax and talk with other veterans and share their experiences, share their worries and their goals and their things like that.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Well, that brings us to our next segment, which is
the Kenosha Connects, and is brought to you by the Car Box.
Hey, are you bored with that tired old car of yours? Ready to upgrade to something new and fresh?
Stop on by CarBox. They're located at 1750 22nd Avenue and see what they have. They might not have the hundreds of cars that the big lots do, but they do offer the best customer service in the Kenosha area.
Featuring great cars for all family types, they have the deals you want and need. Be sure to follow them on Facebook for their hilarious videos and posts.
That's CarBox, located on Kenosha's north side at 1750 22nd Avenue. Beep, beep.
All right, Joe, we got these Kenosha Connects questions for you.
Okay.
So there.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. What is the last great meal you had in Kenosha?
Oh, that's easy. Thai fried rice.
Ooh.
From where?
Pimmy's on
Pimmy's,
75th Street.
It's a great place right there.
All right.
All right. Where in Kenosha would you recommend someone going on a first date?
Oh, first date. I'm going to say probably Frank's Diner.
Oh.
Love Frank's Diner.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a great place. Kevin runs a good ship there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's a halfway decent guy, too.
He's not a bad guy.
He's a big guy, but he's got a
big heart.
Yes.
He's got a big heart.
Well, he's playing Santa Claus at our event.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's a big guy, but he's a sweetheart.
Yes, he is.
Okay, Joe, what's your favorite Kenosha annual event?
That would be us.
Oh.
Our memorial service for the homeless.
And when do you do that each year?
We do it the first day of the winter.
Okay, so it's coming up.
Yes, it's coming up December 21st.
All right.
And downtown in Library Park.
Okay.
We're there at 3 o'clock. We read a litany of names of people who have passed away. And Jacob Rosenbaum was one of them who was also homeless. And I don't think people were aware of that.
Okay.
But yes, we're going to memorialize him as well.
Okay.
And then after that, we follow up and we have a Christmas dinner for them. And I give them Christmas presents every year.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Favorite museum in Kenosha?
I just took my grandson to the dinosaur museum.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I love dinosaurs.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Well, actually, I can't pronounce the name, but I just know I love them all.
All
You
right.
come to my office and you'll see dinosaurs just lined up.
Big
Oh,
dinosaur
cool.
fan.
Yes.
All right. How about your favorite pizza place in Kenosha?
I'm going to say there's so many.
I know, it's tough.
They're just all so good. But to be politically correct, I'm going to say Domino's.
Domino's. Okay.
Domino's. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Here's one for you. When's the last time you rode the streetcar?
Right before COVID.
Okay.
I love the streetcar. It just
I
has
love it too.
That atmosphere that's just fun. Hey, I'm in the streetcar.
I love it too. I didn't even know Kenosha had something like that until I actually moved here.
Now you're kind of new here, but I'm sure you have something. A lot of businesses have come and gone. Which now closed Kenosha business do you wish you could bring back?
Oh, that's a good question, but I don't really know one of them
Yeah.
offhand.
You have a restaurant or anything you love that's gone now?
No, because I do a lot of cooking myself.
Home cooking's where it's at.
Well, I can throw down with cooking now. I like to cook international meals.
Okay.
And I'm going to start a cooking class to teach people how to actually cook them.
Oh, wow. What time should I be over to your place for dinner tonight?
Well, you have to make an appointment. But if you ever want to make a romantic dinner that you don't have to pay $80 for, just let me know what you want to make. And Victoria's going to let us use her kitchen now.
That's
very
great.
nice.
That's great. All right. How's this, Joe? When's the last time you put your toes in Lake Michigan?
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm not doing that. No, I was born under the cusp of a water barrier, but I do not like to put my feet in that dirty water. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
That's just me.
All right, here's one for you.
Okay.
What is one thing you wish you could change about Kenosha?
That is a good question. Kenosha is such a loving town. I think I would want to change the negativity that's going on right now.
Yeah.
I agree. There's a lot of negativity.
Because there's so much good, and it's in the middle of it that people just don't know the good things that Kenosha is doing every day.
Yeah.
But when you create that I call it a paradigm, when you create that profile of we stick on the negative, you just overlook the good things that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like me sitting here right now.
Yeah, there
Because
you go.
you're two nice, very nice guys.
Oh, don't say that too loud.
Well, good looking guys.
Oh.
by the way.
Hey, you can keep saying that.
Yeah, I think you need to redo your profile picture over.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, Joe, I know you say you're about home cooking, but I ask this question of all of our guests.
Yes.
It's the big debate in Kenosha.
Okay.
Big Star or The Spot?
Which one did I just eat at? Oh, because one of them would just close.
One of them
didn't it?
closes for the winter. Big Star closes for the winter.
The Spot.
The Spot? Yeah, The Spot's good.
Just had a big old double cheeseburger from there. Oh, I love that place.
You know, I think after our fundraiser, I think I might go to The Spot and get me a celebrate with a double cheeseburger. From The
Wow.
Spot.
I think you
look at
should.
you.
I really think
I
you
might have to do
should.
that.
It sits well in your belly, too.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
I'll come with you and get some cheese curds.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know how I love cheese curds.
Yes, yes. All right, great. Well, that was our Kenosha Connects. And what time is it now, Donnie?
Ding, ding, ding. It's trivia time. And trivia is brought to you by Lucci's Grandview.
Hey, Donnie, do you know how Lucci's Grandview got their name?
Well, Jason, they are owned by the Lucci family.
No, I mean the Grandview part.
Oh, for sure. Lucci's Grandview is located at 6929 39th Avenue. And prior to 1926, 39th Avenue was known as Grandview.
Wow. And for a cold drink and good conversation, stop by Lucci's Grandview. This family-owned and operated bar will serve some great memories.
Yep, follow them on Facebook to find out about their upcoming specials like bingo night, trivia, live entertainment, and karaoke.
That's Lucci's Grandview, located on the old Grandview Avenue, 6929 39th Avenue. All right, Joe, so I tried to look up some stuff about you personally for our trivia segment, so I try to cater to our guests. So I did see that you're kind of a fan of The View, the daytime talk show. So we're doing The View trivia. So
Oh, you're going to put me on the spot on this one. Yes,
So-
I love Megan. I think she's amazing.
okay, so I got 5 questions for each of you,
Okay.
and we're gonna see how you do here.
It's on, Joe.
We'll start with Donnie, so you kind of see what's going on. These are multiple choice too.
Ooh, I got
So Donnie, you have a chance.
Let's do this.
Donnie, in 2007, Donald Trump predicted one of the hosts would not remain long on the show, calling her a loser and a wacko.
That doesn't sound like Trump.
Who was Trump talking about? Was it Jenny McCarthy, Rosie O'Donnell, or Lisa Ling?
Rosie O'Donnell.
You got that right. Donnie's up. Wow. Good job, Donnie. All right, Joe, here we go.
Okay.
Who is commonly known as the creator of The View? Is it Whoopi Goldberg, Barbara Walters, or Joy Behar?
Barbara Walters.
You got it.
This is going to be a tight game here, Joe.
Tied up 1-1. Donnie, here we go.
All right.
Elizabeth Hasselbeck joined the show in 2003 and remained a co-host for 10 seasons. Prior to The View, what reality competition show did she get her start on? Was it Fear Factor, Survivor, or Big Brother?
Big Brother.
No, I'm sorry. The answer is a Survivor. All right, Joe, here's your chance to jump ahead here.
Okay.
The show usually starts off with a segment where all the hosts talk about recent news stories. What's the name of this segment? Is it Hot Talks, Hot Takes, or Hot Topics?
I'm going to say Hot Topics.
You are correct.
Hot take sounds familiar to me.
Joe, you're up 2-0. You're doing great.
Awesome.
Donnie?
Let's do this.
In the show's 18th season, this woman became the first Latina host on the show.
Jennifer Lopez. Oh, go ahead.
She's not one of the choices. We have Gloria Estefan, Eva Mendes, or Rosie Perez.
Rosie Perez?
You got it.
That was a guess, Joe. I had no
Okay.
clue.
You tied it up. All right, here we go, Joe. What city is home to The View? LA, Chicago, or New York?
New York.
You got it. Joe is 3 for 3.
Ooh, you know your view.
That's tiebreaker.
Donnie, number 4 for you. Which co-host of the show was ridiculed by Howard Stern after she said she wasn't sure if the Earth was flat or not? Was it Sherry Shepard, Joy Behar, or Jenny McCarthy?
Shepard.
You are right.
Hey, what can I?
Donnie ties it up.
I know my view.
I guess. Wow. It's a tight race. 3-3. Fourth one for you, Joe.
Okay.
Which daughter of a Washington politician served as a co-host of The View? Was it Chelsea Clinton, Meghan McCain, or Mary Cheney?
Chelsea Clinton.
As a co-host on The View?
Oh, the co-host?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Megan.
Megan
That's
McCain?
correct. Yes,
Yes,
Meghan
yes,
McCain.
yes. See, you knew that 'cause you said that earlier.
Yes.
So I knew you knew that one. Donnie, you got to get this one.
All right. Okay, give it to me.
For the show's 20th season, the show got a new theme song titled World's Gone Crazy.
Oh.
Who is the singer of the song? Was it A, Beyonce, B, Mary J. Blige, or C, Brandy?
Brandy.
No, it was Mary J. Blige did this song.
Dang it.
So, Joe, you get the final one here. I mean, you're up 4-3, so it's just for fun here.
Okay.
Here's the final question. Which president made a special appearance on The View in 2010, becoming the first appearance on a daytime talk show by a sitting president? Was it A, George W. Bush, B, Barack Obama, or C, Donald Trump?
Oh, I want to go with A.
George W.?
George W. No,
No, it's Obama.
it had to be Obama.
Oh, so you got one wrong, Joe.
Well, I still win,
You
right?
still win.
And Joe, you win a free coffee from Harborside Common Grounds. They are
Ooh.
located at 5159 6th Avenue in beautiful downtown Kenosha. Common Grounds is a great coffee house with an unbelievable view of Lake Michigan with tasty sandwiches, delicious espresso, and of course, great coffee drinks. And they're open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, and thank you so much, Joe, for being on our show. That's Joe Wynn. She is the CEO and founder of Walkin in My Shoes. You can find their website, Walkin, that's no G, walkinmyshoes.org. Find them on Facebook and give them a call at 262-577-5218.
Thank you so much, Joe. That was a great episode. Let's thank our sponsors before we go, huh, Jason?
All right, that's Captain Mike's,
The Downtowner Saloon,
Blue Horn Digital,
Union Park Tavern,
Carbox,
Lucci's Grandview,
Faded Barbershop for Men,
Wink Beauty Boutique,
Lulu Birds,
Equinox,
The Lottery Machine,
Luigi's Pizza Kitchen.
and Harborside Common Grounds.
Alrighty, well, what a show that was. Thanks again, Joe. That's
Thank you,
Walking in My
Donnie.
Shoes.
Thank you,
You
Jason.
do so much great work for the
Thank
community.
you.
We appreciate it. And the fundraiser that we're going to be doing at Kenosha Christmas Carol is going to be a hit.
It's going to be this Saturday, December 11th on Facebook Live. Make sure you tune in for that and hit that donate button.
Yes, please do. Jason, I'm just trying to figure out here. What are we doing with this show?
We are connecting Kenosha. Thank you.
Hey, man, this is beautiful. Thank
All right,
you.
great job, Joe.
I'm from Kenosha. I say